The fluorescent
All right,
lights were
everyone,
already
listen
dimming
up.
when the
We've got a
fear crept
situation
in,
to handle,
the
and I
kind
need
that
your
settles
full
quietly in the
cooperation.
chest before it tightens your breath. It was late
Is there a
afternoon
problem?
edging toward
I'm
evening,
sorry, but I
the
can't
sun
complete this
still bright
transaction
through
without
the
proper
glass
ID.
doors, and the store felt hollow in that final stretch before closing. For Eliza Morton, standing alone behind the counter, it was supposed to be another ordinary shift ending, another day survived. She had no idea that a few careless moments would test her dignity, her courage, and her belief that kindness still had a place in a hard world. If you believe in kindness and second chances, take a moment right now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Everyday Angles. Your support keeps stories like this alive. Eliza had learned to keep her head down. She was in her late 20s, pale-skinned with tired eyes that spoke of double shifts and overdue bills, working as a cashier in a roadside convenience store that served everyone and protected no one. That afternoon, 3 young men wandered in, loud and careless, their laughter bouncing off the aisles. As the minutes passed, their presence grew heavier. They lingered near the counter, circling like boredom had sharpened into something mean. Eliza felt the familiar knot in her stomach as their stares lingered too long and their gestures grew mocking. She focused on wiping the counter, pretending not to notice, pretending the store was still full of daylight and safety. The harassment came in waves, not loud enough to draw attention, but sharp enough to cut. Eliza felt herself shrinking, shoulders hunched, heart racing, wondering how quickly she could lock the door once they left. The clock above the register ticked loudly, each second stretching thin. She thought of her mother waiting at home, of promises made to keep going no matter how small the steps. She reminded herself to breathe, to stay calm, to get through just a few more minutes. What Eliza did not know was that deeper inside the store, beyond the aisles of snacks and the hum of refrigerators, 35 bikers were finishing their drinks and snacks after a long daytime ride. Their leather vests were heavy with patches, their bikes parked in a neat line outside under the sun. Men and women like Grant Holloway, with silver threading through his beard, and Mara Keene, whose quiet watchfulness missed nothing, had chosen the store as a resting stop. They had seen years of life, mistakes, loss, and loyalty, and they understood fear when it walked past them. As the tension near the counter thickened, one biker noticed Eliza's hands shaking as she counted change. Another saw the way her eyes darted toward the door. The laughter of the bullies sounded wrong in the stillness, like something breaking where it shouldn't. Without rushing, without noise, the bikers began to stand. One by one, boots hit the floor, a presence forming like a wall of calm resolve. The store felt different suddenly, fuller, steadier, grounded. The bullies sensed it before they saw it. Confidence drained from their posture as they noticed the room had changed, that they were no longer the loudest or the strongest thing inside it. The bikers did not shout or threaten. They simply existed there, watchful and unmovable, their numbers undeniable. The harassment faded into awkward silence, and the young men left quickly, daylight swallowing them as the door closed behind them. Eliza stood frozen for a moment, then felt something loosen inside her chest. Relief washed over her, followed by a quiet gratitude so strong it nearly brought her to tears. The bikers finished their business and filed out, leaving behind a few extra bills on the counter and a space that felt safer than it had all day. No names were exchanged, no speeches given, just a shared understanding that someone had been seen and protected. As the sun dipped lower and the store finally closed, Eliza locked the door with steadier hands. That day taught her that strength does not always roar, and kindness does not always announce itself. Sometimes it simply stands nearby, ready, waiting. If this story touched your heart and reminded you that good still exists in unexpected places, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Everyday Angles. Special request, comment below and tell us where you're watching from or what this story made you feel, because your voice matters more than you know.